Hello everybody, Hershey here, and welcome to Destiny 2. Today we're going to be talking about public events. Now, if you're asking, Hershey, what are public events? Then you should get your head out of your ass, Jimmy, because I don't know how you haven't run across one. They're all over the fucking place. So basically, public events, if you don't already know, that'd be weird, but whatever, are these big things that'll happen in the game world, at any point in time where all characters present, all people present can participate. And basically what they will be, sometimes you will have to fight off a group of enemies, sometimes you will have to steal a Glimmer drill from the Fallen, or in one case you even have to disrupt a hive ritual. So yeah, that's basically what public events are. Now, public events have a little twist in Destiny 2. In Destiny 1 they didn't have this, in Destiny 2 they do. Basically, by performing certain actions, you can turn any public event into a heroic public event. Now, what is a heroic public event, you might be asking? Well, again, Jimmy, get your head out of your ass. Because, basically, a heroic public event is when you do something to make the public event change its course and how it's going to end up. And what will happen is the enemies will get more difficult things will happen, sometimes it'll spawn a boss. And in return, it will offer you greater loot if you do complete it. Now, you may have tried to get heroic events, but you may not know how to do them. That's what this video is for. I'm going to explain each and every one of the public events that are currently in Destiny 2. I'm going to explain how to make them heroic. So, let's get straight into it. Alright guys, so the first event that we're going to be talking about is going to be the Fallen Glimmer Drill event. So basically what this event is a group of Fallen are going to try to mine some Glimmer out of the earth with this funky drill contraption that they're going to rig up and protect. So to complete this event, all you have to do is kill the enemies. Little public event symbols will appear over the enemies that absolutely need to be killed. But you basically just go on a murderous rampage and kill everything, and you'll pretty much get it. And you'll get some pretty alright rewards. However, to turn it into a heroic event, you're going to have to look around for this little tiny machine thing. It's easiest to find by looking around for wherever there's Glimmer just sort of floating in the air, because it's shooting Glimmer into the drill, or maybe pulling it out. I can't remember. It's one of those two. So basically, you want to find this little machine, and instead of killing the enemies, you want to kill it. I've found that it usually takes around 2 clips of my primary and like a knife to destroy, something like that. So it's a little tough, but just a little bit of shooting, a little bit of focus fire, and it'll immediately be down. And then you just kill the important dudes. I believe after you destroy 3 of them, then you will immediately have the event turned into a heroic event. And then what's going to happen is a giant pile of Glimmer is going to land on the ground. There's going to be a little event circle that you have to stand in to capture the Glimmer. If you have any warlocks with Rift, tell them to put that Rift down in that puddle of Glimmer. Puddle? Pile of Glimmer. And it's usually the best thing for you to do. The hardest part about this is probably the fact that they're going to bring down a ton of enemies to take that Glimmer back. You have to stand on the pile of Glimmer to capture it. So you can't go running around shooting whoever you want. You have to stay on the pile and protect it. Now, the enemy that's going to make this really difficult is the giant captain dude who's going to come around and try to screw your steez. This guy is rough. I cannot tell you how much of a pain in the ass he can be for me. To be honest, the best weapons to use against him are rocket launchers. Just focus fire him a little bit, and if you have a team, he'll get taken down immediately. If you are working with a team, it's probably best for you to put at least 1 to 2 people on ad duty while everybody else deals with that boss guy. Once that's done, then you just kind of deal with everybody as they come along. Yeah, so that's the Glimmer Drill event. On to the next one. Okay, and the next public event that we're going to be talking about is the Taken Blight event. So basically, what happens during the Taken Blight event is you are told when it starts that energy readings are off the charts, or something to that effect. And a giant Taken Blight is going to appear. You can't miss it. It's a gigantic black and white ball in the sky that looks very evil. So, basically what your job is to do is to destroy the Blight. The way to do that is by destroying the enemies that are around the Blight. Easy thing to do. Hell, you can do it by yourself. It's a solo, doable event. Absolutely. However, after destroying the enemies, that seems simple enough. But, obviously we're here to make our events heroic. And the way to do that with the Taken Blight event is to destroy the little pillar things. They call them pillars, I guess. They're the little Taken mini Blights that's what I call them, the mini Blights, that the Taken enemies will actually spawn in. You can't actually shoot the inside of it unless you are inside of its little circle of death. So you have to get in there, shoot it, destroy the little tiny mini Blight, and then kill the enemies. This is the part that requires a team, because the first Blight, when the sorry, I'm having trouble speaking. When the Blight first appears, what's gonna happen is one of these little mini Blights, little spawn spots, are gonna appear. Okay, cool, whatever. One spot. Who cares? Now here's where things start to get a little more difficult, because then when it appears the second time, 2 little spawn spots appear. And then after you get rid of those, 3 appear. So, as I'm sure you would imagine, it's a pain in the ass to destroy them. On top of that, if you want to make the event heroic, you have to destroy them within, I believe, 20 seconds, somewhere around there. So it's really difficult to do. They take more than like 3 magazines of your kinetic weapon, and it's you're also getting shot at by enemies, and you get damaged while you're inside the circle, so it's a bit of a pain in the ass to destroy it. So what you want to do is have a team, at least 1 person dedicated per spawn spot. When there's 1 spawn spot, you just have everybody kill ads while the other dude just destroys the little mini spawn spot. After that, you want to have 2 people, and then have 1 guy trying to take down ads, and then with a 3rd one, just everybody go haywire and try to destroy all 3. After you do that, a Taken boss will appear, and I believe he's called the Blight Maker, or the Blight something or other. I can't remember. Basically, this guy's gonna appear. Big ass angry dude who's gonna be shooting at you. He's not a pain in the ass to kill. Seriously, I think it's like 4 golden guns worth, maybe, a damage. That's not much. If 1 person throws a golden gun in, 1 person uses their super, it'll be a breeze. It's easy. Not soloable though, definitely not. It's still a pain in the ass to do. And just to add on a little bit of extra chaos, while you're doing this event, whether you make it heroic or not, a Cabal boss will appear to fight the Taken boss. At least they will fight each other if the Taken boss spawns, if you create the heroic event. But basically this Cabal guy decides, no, you don't get to come into my territory and try to blight your way all over here. So he pulls out his little minigun, his little chain gun, and starts pelting everybody he sees, and it's a pain in the ass. He's not difficult to kill either. I think he can actually just kill him with 3 precision golden guns. I think I've just done that. So yeah, that's 2 bosses for the price of 1. Yeah. So basically, that's all there is to the Taken Blight. It's not too complicated. It's just shoot things. That's really it. So yeah, that's the Taken Blight. On to the next one. Alright guys, so the next event we're going to be talking about is the Ether Resupply event, or better known as the Servitor event. So basically what's going to happen in this event is a Servitor is going to appear. Surprise. It's almost always in some circular area. In Nessus, I believe there's like a little circular area that almost looks like a coliseum. At least that's what it looks like to me. In Earth, it spawns in that little square-looking area that is right next to the starting area. And I believe it also spawns in the Cabal Firebase. But anyways, what happens is this Servitor guy appears and he shoots at you. So you shoot at him and destroy him. Ta-da! Never said it was a complicated one. This is probably the most simple event. Not the easiest, though. However, I could probably say you might be able to solo it if you're good at the game. Average player, it's a little touch and go. Anyways, what's going to happen is you're going to be playing, shooting this dude, and to make it heroic, you have to shoot the mini servitors that are going to spawn around him. Because these guys are going to spawn around him. One of them is going to give him a shield. Some of them are going to start healing him. If you let them heal him and continue to do that, they're going to disappear into him or something like that. They're going to sacrifice themselves to save him. So what do you do to fix that? Instead, you have to destroy the mini servitors as soon as they pop up before they can disappear into this big servitor's energy or whatever. So basically, if you get a good precision shot off with a golden gun, that's fine. I'm saying this all because I mostly do all this with Hunter. So, you know, a good golden gun will kill him. So that would mean like a rocket launcher or anything to that effect. It'll wipe them off. They don't have a huge amount of health, but they can be a big pain in the ass when 3 of them spawn, because 3 of them will spawn in a row. So after you kill the first one, then those last 3 spawn. You kill all 4 of them, and once that's done, the Servitor gets more powerful. He gets stronger. I think he even starts healing. I'm not sure. But basically, this is the part where you could solo this heroic if you're really good. I don't think I haven't done it, but I think it is technically possible. It's easier to have a friend with you, even if it's just one friend. The extra DPS is much appreciated. I have had trouble when there's been 2 people, so you know, it really depends on if you have good teamwork. Then it'll probably be good. But little bits of advice: good weapons to use on the Servitor. Rocket launchers, surprise. Sniper rifles are really great on him, and auto rifles are really great because you get near him and just close enough that you're in range and just start shooting him the precision shot area right in the sweet spot, and his health goes down fast. So that's pretty much the best way to do that. If you have a group of 3 or more, it's good to have at least 2 people on. You should have more attacking the boss than you do attacking random adds. But when you're with your team, you want to have one guy not only shooting the boss, but you should have one guy alone getting rid of adds, and you should have that person call out when the mini servitors are there. That way he can tell you, hey guys, mini servitors, focus fire, and that way everybody can just destroy them as fast as possible, and you can get straight on to getting that heroic event and getting some sweet loot. So yeah, that was the ether resupply. On to the next one! Alright, so now on to the next one. We're talking about the Spire Integration event. Now this one is a rough one if you don't have a team. It's not rough just doing it by itself, just a normal plain event. Basically, all the event is you're guarding this spire thing. It's just a little thing with Vex light construct stuff, whatever you want to call it, shooting out of the ground. Basically, all you're going to do is stop these goblins, hobgoblins, all the Vex from coming in and sacrificing themselves, all, you know, Indiana Jones style on that bitch. Basically, you just want to stop them, kill them before they get there. Simple as that. Even once they get there, it takes them a few seconds to actually just, like, you know, take me, sun god. So all you have to do is shoot them in that time and it'll be fine. However, the heroic version is a little bit less simple. So basically, after this heroic event starts, what you're going to want to look for are these little plates that are going to be around the outside of the area. They're little plates, just like you would in Vault of Glass, if any of you've played Destiny 1. Any kind of Vault, or not Vault, Vex plate sort of thing. That's what you're looking for. And they're these little circles. You stand on them, and a little timer thing is going to appear in front of you. It's going to go from 1 to 100, and basically you have to make it all the way to 100%, and there's 4 of them. You have to capture all 4, and it's a pain in the ass. So, the problem with that is that, first of all, you're going to have to deal with these rude dudes who are going to come in. They're basically just like fanatics, and if you kill them, they leave a little puddle of death juice at their feet. And you don't want to step on that because it's going to hurt. You don't want to let them come near you when you get to the plate. Shoot them before you get to the plate. And this is a great game. This is a great event to play with friends, because with friends you can have one person staying on the point at all times and all the other guys going out to plates and capturing the plates, killing the fanatic like dudes, that kind of stuff. Once you do make the event heroic, it's pretty much the same thing as it was originally. You just shoot guys and don't let them get to the altar. But the only difference now is they're more difficult, and some hydras are going to spawn. Some rude dudes. Just tons of guys that are just going to shoot the shit at you. Some cyclops. Things are going to get a lot more difficult. I do not think that you can solo this event. You can try. I wouldn't recommend it, though. Good advice, keep rocket launchers, grenade launchers, that kind of stuff is usually pretty good to have in this situation, because these guys like to group up, especially in the heroic version. They group up a lot. Just one good rocket right in the middle of their area, and you just, boom, took out almost all the ads. That's what you want to try to keep your eyes on. If you have the cold heart, it's also really good. Just aim to all their little belly buttons and just laser beam across them all and cut them all in half, you know. It's a great weapon to use on them all. And one more thing, if you have any warlocks and they have rifts, what you want to do is have them stick the rifts down in the point. You don't want them to put them down on the plates, because the plates, it's not that useful when it's on the plate, because you can end up coming back to the original point, to the main point. And when you come back, your rift's going to be over there, and you're going to be over here, and you're going to have a bad day. So what you want to do instead is place your rifts down on the point. That way everybody who's on the point can either, you know, get their arc soul or healing or whatever you got going on. So that's what you want to try to do. Yeah, so that is the Spire integration. On to the next one. Alright, next up is the Cabal Excavation event. This is one of my personal favorites. I think it's pretty fun. So, basically what's going to happen, the Cabal are going to send down this little drill thing that's going to drill into the earth. Your job is to stand near the drill, not die, and continue to capture it. Now, what's going to happen, just to make that normal event a little bit extra fun, some ads are going to pop up, cool dudes that just want to shoot at you, and additionally, rockets are going to be shot at you, of course. Just standing in the rocket's prediction path that will actually appear around you will actually damage you. So it's actually a great way for Destiny 2 to just warn you, be like, hey, you gotta move or you're gonna get blown up. It is a one-shot kill if a rocket hits you. That's a promise. So stay away from those. The first rockets that'll pop down are actually gonna cover the entire, like, outside area of the circle, so you either want to get right next to the drill or you want to get outside of the circle and just wait for them to drop and then come back in. It's not too hard to avoid them, just try as hard as you can. Even with a normal event, some good advice would be to have, if you have a team at least, have one guy shooting the ads, and then everybody else shooting ads from the point, from the drill. Now here's where the heroic part appears. As you're doing all this, just to make things a little bit better, a evil Cabal ship that is shootable and destroyable will fly down and it'll shoot some rockets at you. It'll just kind of sit there, chill out, say hi, you know, can have a coffee with it, talk about how he wants to be a lawyer when he grows up. Simple stuff. So basically, instead of drinking coffee and talking about his wants and needs, what you want to do is pull out a rocket launcher and blow that bitch up. If you have a team of 3, you should have one person on the point, kind of shooting ads, but kind of paying more attention, looking for that ship. Now, it won't appear until, I believe, like a minute or 2 minutes in, something like that. So, you won't see it for a little while, so don't go crazy on searching for it. However, you should still keep your eye out for it. Have one guy looking for it, and when he finds it, say, hey, guys, can one person come over, help me focus fire this thing? If you don't destroy it the first time, never fear. It will come back for round 2. And when it comes back for round 2, that should be enough to destroy it. I've destroyed it by myself within 2 rounds. So if you can't destroy it with an extra person within 2 rounds, there's something going wrong here. Alright. So, little bits of advice. Oh, wait. I'm not done. After you destroy the ship, sorry, a boss is going to appear. This boss, he's not that difficult. It's just shoot him, you know. It's not that rough. It's not like you're fighting Atheon or Crota. It's simple. Just shoot him. You'll be fine. Anyways, little bits of advice. Like I said, you want to have one person looking for the ship and possibly 2 people shooting at it if you can. You should always keep one person out where the ads are spawning. Not necessarily right in the middle, because that's usually a bad idea, but away from the drill. Because they'll look at him more than they'll look at you. So if they're looking at your friend who's out there, you know, shooting at them, staying behind cover, that sort of thing. If you have a Titan, set down a little shield. If you have that sort of thing, it's really good, because they're shooting at him, worrying about him, more time you have to shoot them. And not have them shooting at you while you're trying to capture the drill. So, that's usually the best way to do it. Rocket launchers to blow up groups. Grenade launchers to blow up groups. If you have anybody with if you have a warlock, or any warlocks at all, make sure their rifts are placed near the drill. You want them on the drill. And if you have one that you're putting, if you have somebody out near the ads, you want to give him a rift, because he's going to be protecting you. So be nice to him. Give him some cuddles and a rift, and he'll thank you and love you a long time. Alright guys, on to the next one. So now we're going to be talking about the Weapons Exchange event, or better known as the Walker event. So basically what's going to happen is you're going to be made aware that the Fallen are doing some kind of weapons exchange thing, you know, weapons exchange program, their cool little charity thing that's going on. What you're going to do is butt in and say, screw you and your charity, and you're going to shoot them all. And kill them all. How depressing, I know. So basically, all your job is a captain's going to spawn, you kill the captain, woohoo! Okay, well now things get a little more difficult, because now a fallen spider walker is going to appear, and it's going to be like, oh shit! Your job now is to shoot the legs off, and all that stuff. After you shoot his leg and destroy his first leg, what's going to happen is he's going to drop these things called arc charges. Now, around this area that this spider tank is in, there are going to be little purple bubbles, little bluish, purplish bubbles, and they're going to have 2 things on the sides of them. Basically, inside them, they are holding scorch cannons. To unlock the scorch cannons, you need to use the arc charges on the 2 little machine things on the sides of that bubble, and that'll destroy the bubble. If you're playing solo, good idea would be to unlock one first. And then use that while you're destroying the walker. Now, after you unlock all 3 of the scorch cannons, it takes 2 legs. You destroy the first leg, you get 3 charges. Destroy the second leg, you get 3 more charges. That is enough to unlock all 3 of the bubbles and get all the scorch cannons you may need. So while ads are spawning and you're dealing with the spider tank, after you've made it heroic by unlocking the scorch cannons, what's going to happen is a second spider tank's going to appear. Yay! The more the merrier. So now what your job is to kill both of them within the allotted time. Best advice I could give you, don't just spray and pray with the scorch cannons. Believe it or not, a lot of people don't actually know this, but if you hold down R2 or R1, whichever button you use to shoot, if you hold it down when you shoot the scorch cannon and continue to hold it down, it'll actually charge up the bullet that lands then it'll continue to charge it up, making it more and more powerful when inevitably it goes boom when you let go of the button. Cool little advice. Just one fully charged, I think, actually destroys a leg. So it's pretty easy. Other little bits of advice. If you're on Titan, watch out for those spider tanks little ground pound thing they do, where they shoot out energy. You'll see them start to glow. If you're too close, they'll hit you and you'll go flying off. If you're on Titan, since you're on a platform in the middle of the ocean, if you're not careful with where you're standing, or if you jump, that little bastard's going to push you off the edge. And then your jumps aren't going to be enough to get back onto the platform, and you're going to curse your life for not picking a hunter, because hunters have the only jump that'll get you back. Ha! Hunter for life! Anyways, that's pretty much it. There's nothing too crazy about it. It's relatively simple. It's relatively easy. It was probably the first event that I think I've done. So it was pretty, it's not too difficult to understand. It's just shoot the dudes, continue to shoot them more. It's pretty much all you're doing. So yeah, that's the weapons exchange. On to the next one. Alright guys, next up is the Wicked Witch of the West's Ritual. That's not the actual name, it's just Witch Ritual, but I like to call it the Wicked Witch of the West Ritual. So, basically what's going to happen during this event is you're going to walk in on this area. This actually only happens on Titan in the rig, I believe is the correct area. In a little building, you'll get the alert that the public event is going on. And what you're going to do is you're going to run in the building and you're going to see Hive all over the place. They're going to be freaking out. They're going to be shooting shit. They're going to be a pain in the ass. So, what you're going to do is you're going to shoot them and continue to shoot them. There's going to be 2 wizards in this little doorway deal that they got. What you have to do is you have to stand on these 2 plates that are on the side, these 2 Hive activation plates. When you stand on them, it'll weaken the wizards, take away their shields, and you'll have time to shoot them. You can solo this, but you have to do it 1 wizard at a time. It's better to do it with 2 to 3 people, 2 more. It's actually much better to do it with like 5 people. If you're doing like a full raid party, it will be golden. But after that, a big witch will spawn. After that, she'll come through the portal, and you'll have to shoot her, and that'll be it. However, if you want to make this event heroic, what you have to do immediately after shooting the wizards, the witches, whatever you want to call them, after shooting them, what you have to do is you have to stand back on the plates and recapture them. By doing that, you'll shut down the portal, and a Dark Blade will come through, and he's going to try to fuck up your steez. Your job is to fuck his up first. Basically, just shoot the guy. Aim for the head. The headshots are great. Once you destroy him, cool. Heroic public event finished. That's about it. I can't really give you much advice other than shoot the thralls. Don't let them gather up on you too much. If too many are grouped up, it'll be too difficult for you to kill them, and then you're going to have a pain in the ass trying to kill them later. So what you want to try to do is make sure you keep the ad population low and keep the bullet population high. Other than that, that's about it. Alright guys, so now we're on to our final event. Whew. The Injection Rig event. This is also what I would personally classify as the most difficult event to make heroic. So, what's going to happen is, the Injection Rig is going to fall from the sky. Along with it will be plenty of Cabal who want to chill out, drink Pepsi, because they're evil, Coke's better, sponsor me! And, so what you're going to do is you're going to shoot those Cabal, as you do. You will find some, evil Scion dudes, whatever they're called, that are going to have big health bars. They'll have a boss health bar. Your job is to shoot them. Once you shoot the first one, what's going to happen is this big-ass bubble shield is going to appear around the Injection Rig. Now, if you want to make the event heroic, stay tuned, because this is not the part for you. However, if you don't care about making it heroic, all you're going to do, get out of the bubble, let it do its thing. It's going to light on fire. It's going to burn everything that's inside of it. You don't want to be in there because you're going to get burned. So instead, what you want to do is get out of the bubble, wait for it to stop burning, jump back in, kill the next Scion. 3 of them will spawn, and then a what's his name? I think it's like Injector or something like that. Valus. Big boss guy's gonna appear. He's easy. Just shoot him. He's dead. Ta-da! Event done. After you do that, if you want to make the event heroic, this is where things start to get complicated. I just want to clarify, I have never successfully made an injection rig event heroic. I have never successfully made it. So, surprise, it's gonna be a pain in the ass. So what you're gonna aim for, when the bubble shield goes down, instead of leaving, if you want to make it heroic, you need to stay in there. You're going to look for these little exhaust vents. They're going to be lighting up orange, as will everything else, so it won't be easy to find them, considering everything will be burning, so everything will be lighting up orange. However, you want to aim for these exhaust vents that'll open up. The first 3 are at the top of the rig. The next 3 are in the middle, right above the legs, or maybe right in between them, something like that. And then the last 3, I believe, are actually like underneath, and they're a pain in the ass to see. If I can, I will try to put a photo in there showing the injection rig and their exhaust vents. If I don't put it in, come on, don't sue me over it. So, basically, you want to shoot at them every time that it appears. You have 3 chances because there are 3 scions. So what you have to do, shoot the first one. If you destroy it within the first allotment of time, you are golden. Continue, because the next ones will open up as well. You'll have time to shoot them too if you leave yourself enough time. Rocket launchers, grenade launchers. Grenade launchers aren't too great because they're a pain in the ass to aim with. If you're confident with your aim with them, go wild. But if you're not, use a rocket launcher. Sniper rifles. Shotguns are only good at the bottom 2, not the top one, considering it's way too high for you to get up to. So instead you want to aim for higher damage stuff that are far range. Additionally, after you destroy the 3 of them, like I said, you have 3 chances, you have plenty of time to destroy them. It's still a pain in the ass. One of the things that will continuously kill you is the fire that will come out of the exhaust vents and the ads. The combination of the 2 are like negative 87 degrees Celsius and needles in your eyes. A combination you don't want to know the feeling of. So, what do? You try as hard as you can. I can't give you too great of advice because, like I said, I've never successfully made the event heroic. I've completed a heroic injection rig event, but I wasn't the one who made it heroic. It was a team of 3 that were already there that had done most of the work by the time I got there. So basically, after you destroy these vents, like I said, the big guy is going to pop up. A new big guy is going to pop up. You're going to shoot him, the new big guy, not the old big guy, the new big guy. You're going to shoot him, kill him, ta-da! And then you get your reward. Like I said, advice, shoot the vents with things that have high damage. Use your heavies, that kind of stuff. The Cold Heart is actually pretty damn good to use on it. I've found that it's pretty effective if you shoot it, considering it's all precision hits. Next up, you want to, next up in tips, if you have a team of 3, keep one guy focused on ads at all time, while everybody else is shooting the boss and or shooting the vents. Next, you want to stand next to the bubble when the fire's starting and the vents are opening up. What you want to do, instead of standing in the middle of the fire and just saying, "Kill me!" you want to stand on the edge, shoot until you need to reload, back out so that you have some time to regenerate. Then once you're done reloading, jump back in, shoot the vents more, and then when you have to reload again, jump back out, so on, so on. That's the best way I've found to do it. You die less. If you have one guy clearing ads, you should be fine. You should be golden. Nothing should be a problem. This is definitely the hardest one to do without a team. I don't think it's possible to do this event without, I don't think it's possible to make it heroic without a team. I think it's too difficult. if you can solo it, feel free to let me know. I'd be down to watch that. That'd be super freaking cool. If you can do that, you're a god. But yeah, anyways, that was the injection rig, and yeah. Alright, well, that was all of the public events in Destiny 2 currently, as of now, and how to make them heroic. If you guys enjoyed, please feel free to hit that like button, subscribe today to become a Jimmy. If you want to see more content like this, where I give you guys some tips on the game, on any other game really, I don't know, I can try it out. But yeah, if you want more content like this, feel free to let me know. I'd be down to do more. Yeah, if you want to see some other content, right now I only actually have one other video on this channel, but I will have more coming very, very soon, including some Zelda Breath of the Wild and some Dishonored. So if you guys want to watch more of that, I will be also posting some more Destiny 2. Don't worry, there's more coming. Other than that, guys, I hope that you enjoyed. Comment down below if there's anything else that you want. And as always, stay classy, you magnificent mother truckers. Goodbye.